I'm Marko, and I'm not happy with my testimony of coming to faith. I'm not proud of sharing it, and the thing about Christianity is you share your story of coming to faith, so I have no other choice than to do so. Man, it's embarrassing. I've been a thief, I've been a liar, almost sounds like this song, right? I wasn't faithful to my girlfriend, with whom I'm now happily married. So a happy ending spoiler already given. 6 years ago, I went to China, Shanghai. When I finished that holiday fornicating there, I was in the airplane watching the movie Notebook. Maybe you know this romantic movie. It's a love story in which two people, I won't spoil too much of it, they get in love during a summer, and then interesting thing happens. They get older and you see their story evolving. So this man was like maybe something about 20 years old, and then you see him being like 60, 70, I think, in the movie. The most interesting part is when I was watching that movie in the airplane, on this chair, there was this, screen, and you could pick your movie. My friend was sleeping and I started crying because all of the sudden, and I've been listening to the name Jesus for like 1 year. My girlfriend back then, who wasn't a devout Christian or anything, born Catholic, but had nothing to do with faith in that sense. We were together watching these street interviews of, for example, David Lynn. And I was like, why are these people going on street? Don't they have anything better to do with their lives? When it comes to, going to the street, telling about their faith. But this David Lynn guy, he was mentioning the name Jesus. And 1 year before I started crying in that airplane, I didn't care about the Bible. I had a non-religious upbringing. But the name Jesus, man, I was sitting in the toilet and I was like, why is this name Jesus making me acknowledge that I'm a sinner? I didn't even know. I barely knew anything about the Bible or the story or about Jesus being a person and God incarnate, dying for the sins of humanity. So 1 year later, again back in that airplane, I was like, man, I can't live on like this. I was doing some self-development, and doing self-development, you start to become more honest in life. I tried so man, I was crying. I was like, man, when I get home and my girlfriend picks me up from the airplane, I might need to tell her everything I was not faithful about. But I didn't feel like it, just like I don't feel sharing this story with you. Our families don't know. And she's like, imagine if they find out this is part of our story. But this is part of the story, me coming to faith. And I told her yesterday, this is just my story. The most stupidest story. I feel like I'm doomed with to keep telling to other people of how I came to faith, my testimony. And I was in Amsterdam with Elliot Halls, this grounding camp, and I started to share this same story. So please watch till the end, and because I had some men that came to me and they were like, man, that's inspiring. And I don't like to tell this story, so it continues. She picked me up from the airplane. I got in the Netherlands. She picked me up from the airport. I took a cold shower. We were at her home, mom's home, and I sat next to her on the couch. I had this black t-shirt on, and I was looking like this, like, I need to tell you something. I haven't been the person you thought I was all these 4 years. We're together now for 10 years. She's like, what are you making a joke? Because I'm a nice guy to her. And I'm like, no, I haven't been faithful in a way. And I won't spill the details, because to some people being unfaithful means texting, and to others it means going to bed with another woman. To Jesus it means when you look at the woman lustfully, you've committed adultery in your heart. That's a whole different level, man. And I love it and hate it at the same time. But it's right. He's the way, the truth, and the life. And he's spitting the facts right there, because whatever sin we commit always starts in the heart and the head, man. So I told her, and she asked me to explain to her all the details. She just couldn't believe it. So I needed to do something that I hated even more, telling her about all the ways that I could remember that I wasn't faithful to her. But since she's been doing this Bible study before I started doing that one, by which we later entered this cult called Shinchanchi, but I might tell about the cult Shinchanchi in a different story, so please subscribe and like. Through the power of Jesus in my wife, she was able to forgive me. And through the love and grace of Jesus Christ in my life, I was able to accept her forgiveness. I mean, if God forgives you while you're a sinner, and then you get reborn through baptism, which already happens in your heart, but baptism is the strong symbolic and spiritual way of acknowledging that. And I would encourage everyone to baptize, of course. Man, it just freed my life up. Like, imagine now speaking to people, I need to remember and actually remember myself, like, you've been fair and honest in that situation, acknowledging your sins to your most beloved girlfriend, then now wife. We've been married last year. I mean, do you think I'm interested in lying to other people now, after I have shared my most dark and lustful and worst secrets to the love of my life? So it's a huge transformation, and the truth did set us free. And the truth is, it's not once a cheater, always a cheater. It's just saying you have here in the Netherlands. It's after you've acknowledged your sins to Jesus Christ, and then you don't care about lying anymore to the people you actually love, and you start to bring the lies to the light, they just vanish, man. And it gave so much freedom to our relationship, and like, we overcame that. And I've been 6 years clean, faithful man, and I expect so to be the next 60 years or whatever we're going to be together, because I believe in a man and wife coming together, becoming one flesh. I mean, that's the most beautiful part. You're now one. And so I encourage you as a man to just be honest about the things you've done in your life to your girlfriend or wife, because it's worth it, man. It's worth. I was able to accept the fact that I could lose her, the love of my life, but I gained her. Those who want to keep their life will lose it, I think Jesus said. And those who accept to lose their life will gain it. Same for your relationships, man. Stop lying. Start being honest. And if you're willing to put everything on the line for the truth, God will let the people that need to stay in your life stay in your life. The people that will forgive you, forgive your trespasses as you forgive others' trespasses. So this was part of my testimony in some details. Maybe I missed some, but I hope it encouraged you to tell the truth, even if it might mean losing the love of your life. You can do this, man.